love noise inside the place with the DJ. Baby! That's right, baby. Set it straight. Whistle, whistle, massive boys, Kool. Kool. Coming in my man, with a T.O.P.
Prophecy. God prophesy. If there is a stand to be taken, let not my people be forsaken. If there is a land to be made, let the politicians
in the neighborhood. Make it that up. Show them that. Make it that up. Show them that. Make it that up. Show them that.
Champion sound.
Good evening, good morning, or whatever it is, whatever time of the day it is in the world for you right now. Right now it's Bailey, Intabeats on Kool FM. Another special show for you today. I am in Canada. As a matter of fact, I am in Toronto. As a matter of fact, I am at Marcus Visionary's studio. So it's a big one today. We're definitely going to be speaking to him later on about things in and around the scene in Canada and Toronto. He's an absolute kind of legend out here. Just stays strong, holding his scene up in a lot of ways. So we definitely speak to him. Also, Gremlinz is floating around as well. So we need to speak to him too and get his take on it. Very much great because there's two sides being involved here. Marcus is very much kind of on the jungle tip and Gremlinz is much darker, much deeper. So it'd be good to get both perspectives here. So we're going to talk to them a bit later on. As always, As always, loads of new music. I've got some new Photech I want to play you. Got some new Crystal I want to play you. And if I'm allowed, I might try and slip in some new breakage as well and some other bits. Don't worry, man. It's all covered. It's Bailey. Intabeats, Kool FM. So tonight I started with Mark IV, something called Prophecy. After that was Digital and Charlotte Green. Loving that tune. Really, I'm a big Youth fan, and that sample on there is a big one for me. That was called Love in the Neighborhood. After that was Olski with Seba. Something called OG Style, and this one coming out now, actually just hitting vinyl for Infrared Recordings. This is Lemon D. Something simply called Dubwise. Lemon D, this is what I want to hear from you, my brother. That one's by Zero T. It's called Rendition. Before that was Social Security. Something for Full Cycle, actually. Running Sizes label, which is great to hear them putting some tunes out more now. That one was called Thunderclap. And before that, I played Lemon D, which is the other side of the track that I played. That's weird. It's not even up there, but... called This Is London, and I played the other side of that directly before it. Again, called Dubwise for Infrared. Big up J Magic. Right, what I think I might do is not waste any time really. Just play maybe a few more and then we'll get Marcus Visionary in here for a chat. I've got to big him up, man. Big respect for letting me come to his studio today and record this show. If you're just locked in, it's Bailey, Intabeats, Kool FM. We are in Toronto, Canada right now. It's a special. Yeah, so just a few more and then we'll speak to Marcus. He's such a busy man. He's doing so much, man. So much music, so there's going to be lots to talk about. Don't go anywhere. It's Kool with a K. Bailey, Intabeats.
side, we play for the whole dancer.
If you're just locked in, it's Bailey with Intabeats in Canada right now, in Toronto, in Marcus Visionary Studio. A little bit surreal. He's a busy guy. He's doing a lot of work. We've also got Gremlinz here as well, also running multiple labels and been producing for years. These guys really crafted and know their sounds so well. So we're going to speak to them. We're going to speak to Gremlinz in a little bit later on, but right now I think we should really speak with Marcus Visionary. Yeah, man. You know what? It's been a long time, and I can't believe I didn't even do this any sooner. But what a pleasure to be in Marcus's studio. Marcus, where are you, man?
Yes, Bailey.
Yeah, listen, my brother. I mean, you have been working so long and hard for the scene out here. If for people that don't know much about you, what are you mainly about when it comes to drum bass / jungle in Toronto and Canada, as a matter of fact?
Well, we started right from the beginning, like right 1990, from when, LFL dropped. We used to have a big warehouse scene here, and then the rave scene started to kick off around 1990, 1991. I started a company in 1992 called Delirium, and big shout out to Potential Bad Boy, because we named that Lost in the Jungle, and we're like 30 years plus with Lost in the Jungle anniversaries now. So we were like, Toronto has been a hub for drum and bass in North America, and I always call it like a jump off point to North America and the US, because people used to come and stop over here every weekend in the heyday, all through the 90s and the early 2000s,
Yeah, and I was here a hell of a lot myself, doing many different events with the government. Remember the government? Oh my gosh, what a venue that was. I remember I've got some old pictures of me and High Contrast playing there. But over the years, things have evolved in the scene, and it's great that it still has its own ecosystem. Pretty much you are right in the middle of it, just DJing for a living, whereas even in the UK there's many DJs who have to have like an extra job to sort of get them through, you know what I mean? Have you managed to maintain, and what changes have you seen?
Well, now you've got, it's so many different genres of just drum and bass alone. So you've got like the more EDM end of it, and then there's the jump up stuff, there's the rollers, and in Toronto there's been a lot of splits. These scenes are like scenes unto themselves, like there's Drumcraft, which is like Rupture, and there is an actual jungle scene here, and the jungle scene is very separate from the drum and bass scene. So and then you've got companies like Master Lab, you've got Last Planet, we do Inner City Dance Nights, and actually we've just started a company called Knowledge, because we wanted to like really show people the culture and the roots of the music, but also moving it forward.
So how many labels do you have then? How many labels in total?
So my artist label is Tribal Life Music. Inner City Dance is the label I do with DJ Lush, and those are the two main labels right there. I also play garage and UK based music, I guess, as well. So, that's how I stay busy. So every week it's something different,
I've noticed that you've been more naturally drawn towards the jungle side of things. Why is that? What's that about?
Well, the jungle was like what the initial spark, You know what I mean? Because even from 91, when I started hearing the break beats and the ragga samples, like, that's what really, and, you know, even the bass line and, you know, Warp Record stuff, that's what really drew me in, and I fell in love with that. And, you know, basically from like 91 onward, it was just like, there was no turning back. You know, jungle is like the spark. And so it's that combination of breaks and, you know, sound system culture, bass. That's what, you know, still drives me today, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that sound system culture, because that's kind of at the center of what kind of helped grow reggae in the first place, because it wasn't played on the radio, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we're talking about 60s, Duke Reed and all that sort of stuff, you know, sound system going around Jamaica. That is kind of, you know, the vibe that we're carrying on with now. And I'm so glad that Dylan just brought back the Valve sound system, because that's also shows an important side of sound system culture, and showing that you need a good sound system to play this music, which is really bass heavy, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, look, you've got some music lined up for us here. What are you about to play for us, and why are you picking this particular track to play?
Well, this tune here is called Crisis Point, and, you know, I decided I wanted to do something a little bit darker, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, jungle, but darker. So, and I wanted the music to say something, music with a message.
All right, let's give this one a spin. Remember, right now it's Bailey, Intabeats, Kool FM. It's a Canadian special. We're in Toronto. I can't believe we're doing this in your studio, Marcus. This is really nice. Thank you, man. I appreciate this. Let's run this tune.
You're locked in to Kool with a K.
Right. That is, you know how hard it is to not say Marcus Intellects. Do you find that's a, do people accidentally do that sometimes out of curiosity?
You know what? It happened twice to me at Subdub in Leeds. I was introduced as Marcus Intellect.
Yeah. It's so difficult, man. I knew Marcus really well. So, like, anyway, Marcus Visionary is two different people completely. That was a crisis point, yeah? This is not usually what you do, Marcus. You're usually kind of on the jungle tip. What's making you do this dark thing now?
Well, you know what? To me, it's still jungle. It's just the darker side of jungle. You know what I mean? So I want to do all different flavors of the music. You know what I mean? Whether it's like melodic or, you know, I'm just exploring the sound. You know what I mean? And I want to kind of stretch what I've been doing because I've been known for the raga stuff. But I want to do all different styles of jungle, you know?
Yeah, it's great to show your versatility, man. And I'm a Metalheadz DJ. I'm enjoying this, man. You know what I mean? I love the jungle stuff. And I wish I could make the dark stuff, but it just doesn't come naturally for some reason. I end up doing liquid or some stuff like that. But yeah, it's great to hear your versatility. Do you make anything other than like the jungle stuff or even this flavor now? Is there anything down tempo, anything you do as well?
Yeah, actually, I do a lot of 140 stuff. Kind of like, they were calling it sub soca. But it's kind of like UK funky. I do UK funky. I make some house, so I enjoy. I make some bruck or like broken beat inspired stuff. And I've been working with Freezer Chin over in the UK, and he's doing some serious grime stuff. So I'm kind of a part of that as well.
Oh yeah, soca. I remember you sent me like a pack of like strictly soca influenced music. I mean, we've got things in common here, right? Because we've both got Guyanese family and stuff like that, right? So we're linked in that way. So I kind of get it, but it was very hard to try kind of get that into the music. I think the only person that really tried that before that was Pesce. You know what I mean? Why did you try and do the soca thing yourself?
Well, you know what? I grew up on soca music, and the thing about power soca is 160 BPM. And so for a long time, I was talking to some of my Trini friends about it, and they were like, "You should do it." And then one day I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna make a project that's 100% soca jungle." And I did it, and I gave it to Double O, who has been championing it for me. And big shout going to Flight because she's been playing it as well. And they tell me it's been going down a treat, you know. But the thing about it, it's not for everyone. So it's a special project, you know. Like if you don't like soca, you're not gonna like it. But I love the tribal beats, mixing it with jungle. I think that works really, really well. And I have a full album project coming called Carnival Express, and that's gonna be on my Tribal Life Bandcamp eventually in the next couple of months.
Yeah, further to this, because we're doing a special in Canada, right? Toronto. I did a special with Davey J. You know Davey J, original hip-hop DJ from back in the day, he was hard rock soul movement and stuff like that. Really early days. Like in the early days of radio when Tim Westwood was on, like hip-hop UK stuff, you know what I mean, right? He lives in Antigua. He's Antiguan, and I did a special over there. And we were talking about jungle in Antigua, and it didn't really... Well, it doesn't exist, basically, you know what I mean? And I thought, how can we sort of take a look at kind of suddenly turning heads a little bit, getting to pay a bit of attention? So I sent him your soca stuff, you know what I mean? And hopefully, I haven't checked back on him, but hopefully that will kind of break ground there, you know what I mean? This is why I think, Marcus, it's really good that you try different things. It's important to, like we were talking to you earlier, Gremlinz, you know what I mean? Talking about it's important to lead by examples and try things to show people you don't have to use the same samples. If I hear that run, tune sample one more time, I think I'm gonna smash my decks up. It's just driving me nuts. Everyone's using that. There's more we can do. You know what I mean? So I respect you for that, Marcus. Right, let's talk about the next tune you want to play for us. What can you tell us about this tune?
So this tune was made after a few months of doom scrolling and, you know, just getting upset by everything in the news and the world. It's called State of Emergency. It speaks for itself, right?
All right. Yep. I think that one right there is, of the two, my favorite. But you're right, Marcus. You know, there were two very good tracks, and the other one's good. But I paid more attention to this one. But I should pay more attention to the other one too. You know what I mean? Marcus, I just want to say thank you again for letting me record this today. Any last few words before we move on here?
No, just thank you so much for having me, and big up all the Kool family. I got a brand new slot Saturday nights from 11 to 1. So lock in, Visionary Mix Show. Got the one in the Gremlinz in the house touching down next.
Yeah, we're just going to play one tune and then we'll speak to Gremlinz and see what he's all about, because he's just, yeah, some other levels here as well. You know what I mean? Don't forget, it's Intabeats with Bailey on Kool FM. Second Tuesdays of the month from 7 until 9. Let's play this one. Brand new Photech. man, let me tell you, there's so many conversations going on in the background here about the history of jungle drum and bass between me and Marcus. That is a whole kind of catch up on the history in terms of how it was in the UK in the early days and how it changed into that dark side and how it was in those times in Toronto, Canada, for example, because there was really kind of a lot of jungle going on over here. We switched to stuff that has less ragga vocals in it. I'm going into it now, bloody hell, I'm going into the history. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you this another day. Let's talk to Gremlinz. It's a long story, but the main thing here is we are all still here. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to this producer who's just multifaceted in terms of styles. Yeah, we'll find out a bit more about him. Please introduce yourself again.
Hey, easy, how's it going?
Gremlinz, I think of your name and I just immediately think Dark Side. Are you about more than that?
Yeah, I mean, basically I make whatever I feel, you know. It's just like, if I feel chill, I make chill out stuff, but I do like my dubby dark side heavy stuff as well. Yeah.
But can you just, like, for example, just go, well, I want to make this today and just do it? Or do you kind of, what naturally comes out of you? Sorry, does a sound naturally come out of you, or can you just go, I want to make that today and do it? How does it work for you?
Well, really is just sitting in the studio and playing around and just seeing where it goes.
Yeah. And I learned myself, like, recently, how tracks build themselves. You start with a vibe, you add stuff and it goes somewhere else. I never knew that before. Is that how it works for you? You kind of like going where the tune goes, or you kind of making it go a certain way?
I usually just go where it takes me, you know, like, it depends. Like, for me, making music is more of a release than anything else, so it's just an extension of you and whatever mood you're in.
And what sort of, how many have you had? You're not going to know the exact number, but give us examples of the kind of labels you've released on.
Let me see. Well, obviously there's Metalheads. Rumble and I had something on Reinforced Enforcers, Renegade Hardware, Cylon Recordings, Architecture. Yeah, I can't even think of all of them. There's just loads of them. Rupture. Then I have my own labels as well.
And I love the tune you did for Digital Soundboy. I was worried that wasn't going to come out, man. Sick tune.
I think it actually ended up coming out on a different label.
What?
But yeah, it came out on Demand.
Oh, wow, really? Because that was a sick tune. It was like Kool and the Gang Break and stuff. Excellent tune, man. I'm glad it came out anyway.
I appreciate it.
So you have several labels running. Actually, you know, we can get into that a little bit, actually. You've got a track lined up for us for here to play. See, I'm messing up my words, man. You know this is like one take, innit? You've got a track lined up for us here. Why are you choosing this particular track to be played right now?
I guess it's one of my favorite things that I've been involved with. And then it's one of our forthcoming bits as well. It's forthcoming on Metalheads.
Okay, what's it called?
Suck Out.
What does that mean? Don't say. Kool FM's licensed. We can't say what that means. For those who know, you know. Anyway, let's listen to this. Gremlinz and Jester. Suck out. Forthcoming on Metalheads. Now, how about that for a piece of music? I'm listening to that and I'm hearing the sax and stuff, and I'm like, this reminds me of like just being in the Blue Note and hearing Fabio play his Liquid Flavors. You know what I mean? What was the inspiration for you for that kind of track?
I mean, a lot of it, like, I think at the time, you know, we were listening to like a lot of music from the 80s era, like, you know, a bit of George Michael and that.
Oh yeah.
You know, but it was just a mood we were in at the time. I remember we started this probably 10, 15 years ago.
What?
Yeah, and then it was one of those tunes that we started and then we just kind of casually kept coming back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes, like, you know, you'll start a tune, you won't know where to go with it, and you just kind of come back to it when you feel like it and let it progress naturally.
But you see, that's actually so tunes can get lost because people are like, oh, you've forgotten, but you've moved on to other things. What makes you go back? Is it because you feel like there is something in that and one day I'm good, and you just put it aside and you play it and test it again and again? How does that work?
I mean, yeah, pretty much like that. Or you'll start something and you'll have an idea in your head, but at the time you kind of get stuck and you don't know where to really go with it to finish it off. So you just park it off and then come back to it when the time is right.
And talking about finishing things off, you know what? The question is, how do you know when it's finished? Because I played something by Photek earlier. That was version 62 of the tune. Like, how many times have you got, you know, how do you know when it's finished?
I mean, that depends, because sometimes it's finished when the label says we're putting it out and give us a pre-master. And other times, like, you just know, you know?
Yeah. It just feels complete. For me, it's about kind of the arrangement moves along nicely. There's bits coming out at the right time. And you know what? I can't even believe I'm talking like this, because I was not interested in making tunes at all. But now I'm starting to understand and see it from your perspective, you know what I mean? So yeah, great to hear you doing these other flavors, because I look at you, I'm like, yeah, this guy's the dark side, you know what I'm saying? But you do have other labels, right, that go way deep. Tell us about those.
Yeah, so I guess basically I've got a label UVB 76, which I co-run with Vega from Rough House out in Bristol, and then it's more kind of minimal, stripped back, kind of techno influenced a bit, and yeah, it's a lot more left field. And then we've got a label called Droogs, which is kind of the rowdy, you know, I guess breakier stuff, kind of influenced a bit by No U-Turn and those kind of things. And then also I have two labels which I also run with Lush and Jesse as well. We've got Shark with Laser on Head Recordings, which is based on a joke from way back. And we also have the Lee Garden Historical Preservation Society, which is also...
Keep going.
Yeah, so it's based off a nickname Lush used to give Jesse and myself when he couldn't, like, we give him tunes and we'd be like, don't track list it, and he'd just call us that, because that was a restaurant Jester and I used to go to since we were kids, so there's a lot of history there, and it shut down. So he calls us the Lee Garden Historical Preservation Society, and kind of, I guess, as a ode to that restaurant. And then we also, like, that had to be the name of our Metalheads album as well. And then after that, we're like, we'll also use it for a label.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, and this is just Canada, Toronto. Imagine the worldwide contributions of people that go into this. But man, you're putting a lot of work in. How long have you been making tunes for?
I mean, I guess I started in like '98. Jesse had me in his studio, but then, and I'd also used to go to Marcus's and hang out at his studio. But then, I guess Strange and I started doing a lot of stuff in the early 2000s. So yeah, and that's when we started putting records out.
That guy is just like geek of drum and bass, man. Like, you know what I mean? I've been enjoying his reels and his like podcasts, etc., etc. What was I gonna ask? Do you ever get writer's block?
Oh yeah, a lot. Like, I'm currently just kind of dragging myself out of one right now.
So then, when that happens, I guess for me, I just feel like doing it or I don't, basically. And then, so when you do get back on it, is it just like tunes coming, 4 or 5 tunes? You know what I mean? Is that how it works for you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go through long periods where I just like, I don't like anything I'm making, so I'll just park it off, and then, you know, it'll hit you, and then you'll start getting the vibe again, and then You just go in there and then they'll start rolling out. Like it's starting to happen again slowly, but it's starting to happen.
Good.
I guess a lot of it too has to do with like, you know, work and other things as well getting in the way.
Yeah, true. Life gets in the way. Things happen. And also, what I've realised is, well, that sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know, let me listen to that one. Oh, hang on, that one's done. That's finished. So it's such a... The insight I've had just from making tunes has been great. Now, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about now seeing it from this point of view. You know what I mean? It's great. Anyway, we've got something else you want to play right now. What is it?
So this one here is a remix of Digital and John B track called You and Me that myself and Jessa have done. It's forthcoming on Function, and I believe it's on Test Press right now.
Oh, okay. And I do have this, yeah. It's a good tune. Let's have a listen. What's the flavour on this?
Yeah, I guess it's more of a aim and eat tear out kind of thing.
Okay. Which is exactly what Digital likes. If you're just locked in and you think, oh, there's a lot of talking going on, don't be confused, please. This is what we've got to do. We've got to spread the information and the word, and that's what I'm about, you know what I mean? Taking this, we're global. Drum and bass and jungle, if you didn't know already. And right now we're in Toronto, Canada, in Marcus Visionary Studio, talking about this scene right here, you know what I mean? That's what radio's for. It's Intabeats, Kool FM with Bailey. if only you could hear the conversations going on in the background right now. They're not bad ones, but it's really kind of like deep and I guess not concerning, but really chats about how things have gone in the scene and what we enjoy, what we get out of it. You know what I mean? It's a deep one, you know. We make our clear choices about who we are and where we want to be in this scene, and about our honesty in it as well. Okay, so let me start this from the top. Thank you for playing that track. It's a great remix. You know, someone I don't really know is Jester.
Well, yeah, there's Jester. He's one of my best friends. Basically, we met because we were on a crew called Dark Logic back in around '98, and he was the first person. Well, I mean, like I said before, I'd come and sit in Marcus's studio and watch him do stuff, but Jesse was the first person that like sat me down and let me work on music with him. And that was way back in the day, and then he kind of dipped out because he has a vintage clothing company called F as in Frank, which is really successful. So he dipped out for a long time to run his business, and then he hit me back around I think 2013-ish, 2012, and he wanted to start doing music again. And then we just started getting back in the studio, and we kind of treated it like the equivalent of like, you know, how you go to the pub and watch a football game with one of your mates. So we kind of treated it the same way, but instead of watching sports or doing something else, we were just chilling, making beats.
And it seems to be like the vibe with you, like so many collaborations and people meeting up and stuff. And this is what I generally love Toronto anyway, because everyone's so friendly. You can just be buying a bottle of water in the convenience store in the hotel lobby, and the guy's chatting to you about whatever. Oh, what are you doing? You're leaving us already? You know, it's like so friendly. Is that kind of how it works in terms of community and drum and bass in Toronto? Everyone just kind of hooks up and, yeah, let's just do this. And, you know, how does it work?
I mean, yeah, to some extent. Like, a lot of the people I work with are people that are just my friends. So obviously I've known Marcus for I guess almost 30 years, if not longer. Brad Lush I've known for a long time. Jess I've known for a long time, and Rumbleton as well. Like, we used to, before he even started like putting music out, we used to just hang out with him and D1, and it was Strange, and then our friend Warren as well. And we'd book up, we weren't working at the time, so we'd book up late at night, we'd just play tunes, you know, bun a spliff, and then Rumble would show us stuff he was working on, and then we were pushing him to finish it, and then we started passing his tunes on to Loxy, who was playing them. And if you don't know, like, Loxy Inc. kind of had us under their wing back in the day, as well as Goldie. So we introduced him to him, and then I think Paradox actually put out a tune that Rumble and I did together, and it was his first record. And I basically told him, like, you got your foot in the door and you can make music, so you need to carry on. And now he does a lot of stuff with Scientific Wax and with Rupture as well.
Yeah, speaking of Rupture, you guys have played for Rupture several times, and we were talking of having toured Australia and asking like promoters, like, what do people want to hear now? What's the vibe? And they're saying, you know, Rupture's influenced things a lot. It's really great to see that they've blown a hole in sort of the gentrification of like drum and bass and jungle, where it's just like sort of generic sounding stuff, you know what I mean? Like piano, like the typical formula, you know what I mean? And so you've played Rupture several times as part of this movement, and Rumbleton too as well, of course. And yeah, it's great to have outsiders come in, or people from out of London come in and be welcomed into it as well. Because in the early days, it wasn't quite like that. It wasn't that easy. You know what I mean? How are you finding the acceptance of you worldwide generally?
Yeah, I mean, overall, like, it's always been a good reception, like, from day dot. Like, first time I came over, it was for Clayton and a Hardware thing, and everybody just showed us love immediately from day one. Dubs in India always showed us love, so we've always felt like part of the family.
I think a lot of this as well is the strength of the music, the quality of it. The production is at a high level, man, so big respect to you, you know what I'm saying? Let's play this other track. You were talking about Rumbleton. We're going to play this track. Tell me a bit about Rumbleton, a bit more.
Yeah, so Rumbleton's a friend from back, like I said, and then we just used to hang out a lot. We just make beats. We got asked to do an Enforcers release together, so we did that, and then we made a couple tracks on the side at the same time. This is one of them, and this is also forthcoming on Function.
Okay. Looking forward to hearing this one. It's untitled at the moment.
Yeah, untitled Protection in Brackets.
Okay. Yeah, I can't lie, I wasn't expecting to hear that like that. Because I thought Robinson was like a tear out Amen kind of guy, you know what I mean? Is there more stuff like this you guys are doing?
Yeah, we got a couple bits and bobs there. And then, I mean, the thing is, Rumble, like, he is an aim and tear out guy, but he's also, like, when it comes to, like, just music in general, like, he's an encyclopedia for, like, you know, hip hop, house, dub, reggae, soul, funk, all of it. So his music goes in all kinds of directions, inspired by all that as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that. You guys, you know what I love is the versatility between all of you here. That's what I love, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of that stuff. Before we depart here, well, not like physically, well, we'll chat after the show, but is there anything you want to say before we go here?
Yeah, I guess I mentioned too, like, one thing we didn't touch on was the importance of, like, the record shop culture, because we were talking a little bit about the Run Out Groove, and, like, you know, there's a lot of people, like, that are in the background that don't really get a mention, you know, because they weren't making music or DJing. But, like, for example, there's, like, Frankie Guns, who's also part of the Drumcraft crew, and he played a big part in the growth of the city's development as well, because, like, he was running the record shop, he was showing us a lot of new music and stuff like that, so that's a big part of it as well.
It's true, you know, I did a post recently highlighting, like, from the 90s, like, a bundle of females who, to be fair, in those days in the background, if they weren't holding it up and doing the kind of like the phone calls and the males wouldn't be out there on that level of being prolific on that level. There's a lot of people behind the scenes who, you know, and I do mention that point, that it's more than just us. You've got the people that run the events, the people that design the flyers, the people that even make the sample packs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, all of that makes one big ecosystem. And I want to make one point here. There's a lot of music we don't like in drum and bass, but all of it brings somebody else into it. We need all of it. It can't just be us, you know what I'm saying? And what we need from it, we get from it, you know what I'm saying? We stay in our lane, and, you know, we do it for... Well, we need it. It's just, we got issues. We need this music to help us. You know what I mean? So that's what it's the truth. You know what I mean? Thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys chatting to me on this open level.
Yeah, and thanks for having us come through.
Look, anytime, man. I should have done this earlier, a long time ago. I'm glad it's done now. You know what I mean? And hopefully, if I come back.
Well, when you come back, there are a whole bunch of nice people you can talk to. Good. We want to keep up to date with the developments here in terms of the, you know, changing of times and sounds and what's going on. But I'm just glad that it's strong. Toronto's always been great, and it's getting greater again. You know what I mean? Thank you. Respect. Right, gonna play some new Photek. He's been going back in on his drum programming and taking forever to just re-perfect some of the tracks that he's had out in the past. He's got videos of it up on his Instagram and stuff like that, and I'm just glad Photek is back.
It's a strange, small red light. You'll see maybe a quarter to half mile, maybe further out. The light is gone now. It was approximately 120 degrees from the site. Is it back again? Yes, sir. Oh, that's the flashlight, sir.
locked in to Kool with a K.
Anything can happen. You'll see. You'll see. Anything can happen. Believe me. Anything can happen. You'll see. You'll see. Anything can happen. Believe me.
You're locked in to Kool with a K.
In your face, stab your brain with your nose bone.
Set it straight. Kool with a K. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone.
This is though. Not this baby. This right here. This is customized.
Jesus. Man, Crystal, you absolute animal. That one is Warp Drive, the final portal, done by the man himself. Crystal, just blazing out, man. Just like relentless and constant changes throughout the track. We like that. Before that was something new. I've only kind of first played it on this trip to Canada. Something new by Crystal called Shook. Two absolutely crazy tunes, man. You know what? Again, in the background, there's a lot of conversations going on between myself, Gremlinz, and Marcus. And it's like, we're just glad some of these OGs are coming back and doing their thing, because their influence is important and we need them right now. We need to show people that this is what we had before, you know what I mean? Jungle and the breaks, fully alive right now. Before the Shook track was something new by Script. That was called Time Capsule. Before that was Photech. I don't know what the proper name is for that, but he's labelled it UAP. And then I played Photech again before we spoke to Gremlinz, and that one was called FOM. Does anyone know here what that could stand for? I have to think of it. The new term for UFO is, yeah, because it was a remix of UFO. We reworked the drums and stuff. Photech's been going in. Oh, we've got about a minute left, so I want to say thank you to everybody who's listening to the show today. It's our Canadian special. We're in Toronto with Gremlinz and Marcus Visionary. If you want to listen to the show again, it's going to be online, so please do check that. I'll put it on my socials as well, yeah? Don't forget to follow Intabeats on Instagram. And I'm going to play one more before I say inter and out. Guys, you got any more words before we go?
Yeah, just thanks for having us down, and big up everybody from the city, yeah?
Yeah, man. Marcus?
Big shout out to DJ Lush, Inner City Dance, Stereo One Music. Salute, my friend. Thank you so much for having us, Bailey.
What a pleasure this has been. You're more than welcome. It's Bailey, inter and out.